I'm bored, so I figured I might as well just read the original version of this article about the blowfish. Um, so yeah, that's what I'll do. So obviously it starts out with the Breaking Bad quote of Jesse, look at me. You are a blowfish. A blowfish. Think about it. Small in stature, not swift, not cunning, easy prey for predators. But the blowfish has a secret weapon, doesn't he? Doesn't he? What does the blowfish do, Jesse? What does the blowfish do? The blowfish puffs himself. The blowfish puffs himself up 4 or 5 times larger than normal. And why? Why does he do that? So that it makes him intimidating. That's why. So that the other scarier fish are scared off. And that's you. You are a blowfish. You see, it's all just an illusion. Yes, it is. It's nothing but air. Now, who messes with the blowfish, Jesse? Nobody. You're damn right. Walter White panderingly preached to his partner in crime, a clearly shell-shocked Jesse Pinkman, explaining to him the good grace of the grim situation that Jesse, not being a direct fighter or dependable in self-defense, has to use the game of telephone, misunderstanding regarding an ATM being dropped on the head of a junkie by his skank wife, while Jesse attempted to get his money's worth out of them. Basically nefarious notoriety from an inflated instant. That part didn't change. But, so it was supposed to be, okay, so, Partridge Family Temple logic, at least somewhat, being the stereotypes in figures or characters, they're analogous placeholders for certain constants. Most, if not all, sorts of television, film, or whatever picturesque medium uses the television film uses the silver screen as its messenger and presents the senses with certain archetypes, caricatures of characters who can be called, realistically same differences. Like John Flory and Patrick Bateman are analogous in their mutual longing for late lives they never lived or will lead. Departure being Flory, Flory's state collapses inward till he finally shoots himself, and while Bateman externalized much of it, in a non sort of so in a non-professional dialogue to no one, signifying nothing. In the case of Bateman, it's sort of Bateman is very much like the speech delivered by the subject of Macbeth. Tomorrow, 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 and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this pretty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the ways to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Macbeth is a mixture of John Flory and Bateman in a sense, killing the King Duncan before him to take the throne to live a life not for him, and forcefully attempt assimilation. In the end, he is in turn slain, and the order of the crown resumed to its prior practice. All that effort, neurotically attempting to fit oneself into molds where assimilation is rougher than adaptation. Water might flow and fill whatever it can, but air pockets are still present. Water, like where a fish would flourish, or maybe a crocodile. Watery, vain, reflective frame, sort of. Water is an envious element. It constantly longs for more and more of itself. If anywhere near, the molecules attract one another, flowing, fitting, storming, and engorging to its own substance. As a liquid or a gas, the molecules of H2 are able to adapt to their environment and manipulate until reaching the point where it reaches more moisture. Still water is infectious, and the solid state water is ice, frozen like a jackass trapped in his own toiling and trauma. Unless the solid state can be steamed, melted, or melted back into its more malleable makings, all that happens with it, at most, should it not be a completely stagnant slab, really only shatters and chips as its mass moves along until inevitable final damnation. Pufferfish lends to slackers and crocodiles to serial killers. Patrick Bateman is more so analogous in action and attempted inclusion to, I don't even know what I'm trying to say there, to be honest, but that was part of the whole neurotic nihilism thing originally. I don't think it's going to actually go anywhere, like, beside me recording this right now. And, I wrote that 9 months ago. I did not remember until just now what most of that was, like, and so it's like, I have to both read it, decipher my cursive plain text mixture of writing, while also stuttering over it all the same. It is what it is. I prefer what I wrote earlier. I don't really care to be a neurotic nihilist at this point. Nihilism is cool, but it really only makes sense when you're fundamentally depressed. And it's not like it's a terrible thing, though it is an innately negative posit. It's just not the greatest thing to be in, because it just sort of self-perpetuates its own negativity after a certain point. And it's like, it only works for so long. It's not that I'm not apathetic about most things. I just don't care to be a neurotically nihilistic person right now. Like, if it comes around again, it'll come around again. But right now, it's just not what's the whole deal. Which is why I kind of updated it for my better understanding with other things. Though I did actually write a bit on that updated understanding, because the water thing is actually incorrect, I think. So this is from The Art of War. So, quote, "To divulge means to leak out. The military has no constant form, just as water has no constant shape. Adapt as you face the enemy," unquote. So it's sort of similar to what Bruce Lee detailed in regards to fluidity with his famous "Be Like Water, My Friend" bit, where he explained that water takes the shape of the surface it sits upon and within. That said, however, water, as I've considered it in the past or in the original writing here, it's not envious, because envy is a statement of what someone is lacking innately or something. Water wants more of itself, so that makes it greed. There's a difference in that. So yeah, that's just my updated understanding of the projection of a human tendency onto another thing. It's just, but yeah, that was the original article, plus my other update to my understanding of things. I'm really just bored right now, so it's kind of like, whatever. But yeah, nonetheless, just an interesting, at least in my mind, an interesting observation, or just bit. So yeah, that was the original thing.